We just invested 375 euros in trusted house sitters. Our thoughts on it and what you should know before you join. Hi, and welcome back to Finances for the Travel Bug. This is my channel and I'm Cynthia Keene, and today we're going to talk about trusted house sitters. So Tim and I just recently signed up for this site. One of the things that I wish I would have known ahead of time is that it is extremely competitive. When we see an offering for a house sit or a puppy sit or a cat sit or what have you, they are gone very, very quickly. It's surprising. You really have to be on your game if you're looking for something. Another thing that kind of surprised me was I really should have looked at the coupon codes. I'm going to see if I can put one down here for you below if you are interested in the site. But 375 euros is quite a bit of money to spend on it. We actually chose the top level of it, including the liability insurance, because we're Americans and we worry about being sued all the time. So we chose to cover our liability in case anything were to happen. There is an option for another status on there that you can get for probably half the cost of what we paid. I'm glad we didn't choose that option just for peace of mind, but it also shows up in your house sitting as a reference that you have the protection. If somebody were to choose you as a house sitter, they can see that you've taken out the liability insurance as well. It is a very interesting site, and it is free to look at the different sites and what's available out there before you sign up, which is really nice. One of the other things that's really great about Trusted House Sitters is the fact that we can list house sitting for what our needs are. And we have a puppy, Nala. She is 8 years old, and occasionally we are out of town and we need a house sitter for her. It's nice that there's no extra fee for us to list the days and times that we need to have somebody come in and watch our apartment and the dog and make sure that she's okay. It's nice that it also gives you reviews of other house sitters and see how well they perform, what area of the country they are in, and if they're going to be traveling near or far to come to your location. I had no idea when we first signed up that living in Aveiro there would be a number of other house sitters that are actually located in this area as well. It was also surprising to me to find out after we initially enrolled in the Trusted House Sitter, and I had marked a few places as favorites but not actually applied for any positions yet because Tim and I weren't sure as to our dates and times yet. We actually had an individual reach out to us and asked if we'd be interested in sitting for them. They had read our bio, they were from the States as well, and they wanted to know if we'd sit for them for 5 nights in Lisbon. Of course, we met with them over the FaceTime video and we connected very well, and we are actually going to go sit for their puppy the beginning of September. So that'll be our first house sitting experience that we'll have. So I was surprised that people actually reached out to us without actually having applied for the position to begin with. I was also surprised that we got any reaction whatsoever, because at that point when I first initially registered in the system, we hadn't had any references yet either, because I had literally just enrolled in it, so it was kind of nice. As of today, we've had Trusted House Sitters for about 3 weeks now, as are on our app, and we have 3 different opportunities that we are going to be house sitting for. Again, the first one is going to be in Lisbon. We have one that's going to be 2.5 weeks outside of Lisbon and called Serena, which we're really looking forward to. And then we have one that we're actually going to do in the UK. So we're very excited about that, and that's for about 2.5 weeks as well. We're trying to choose longer ones that are more than a week long, just because it'd be nice to be in one location and not be hopping around too much. We will be renting a car when we go to all 3 of these locations. They are, for the most part, the locations that we will be house sitting in and puppy sitting in will be for locations that are outside of the city center. So we'll be looking at more of a countryside atmosphere. And we're excited to actually try it and see what happens. I wish I would have known ahead of time how competitive the house sitting applications are. I will get a notification on my phone, and if I don't click on it quickly, within about half an hour, the notification's already under review. So, and you're not able to apply for any more. Luckily for us, we're not looking to do any more house sitting until 2025 at this point, because we have pretty much 2024 booked up. I'm actually surprised also, as well as the last minute number of bookings that I see. There's quite a few bookings that are just come up for like over the weekend, and it's kind of surprising. Those are gone fairly quickly as well, so it's interesting to see. If you haven't taken a look at the Trusted House Sitter site, you get to see the houses that you'll be sitting for, and a lot of them include quite a bit of photos about the house itself. They also include quite a bit of photos on the dogs or the animals that you'll be sitting for. Tim's allergic to cats, so we only sit for dogs. In addition to that, you'll also get reviews of prior house sitters, and they will tell you how the communication went with the owners, how the dogs reacted, their behavior, and things of that nature. So you have an idea of what you're getting into prior to going to these house sitting locations. And you also have some type of information regarding the expectation of the owner as well. So although we have not house sat yet, we do have 3 house sittings planned, and we are extremely excited to try out this way of traveling. It doesn't cost anything to house sit for somebody other than your cost to get there, and of course your food and things of that nature that you would need anyways. But it's kind of a trade-off. You watch their houses or their pets for them while they are out of town, and you get to stay in their location free of charge. So it's very interesting to see. It's also interesting to see that there are long-term house sitting available for, I'd say, up to 3 to 6 months at a time. We've not applied for anything of that nature, but it's out there, and it's something I would not have expected. And it's something you can see before you actually sign up for becoming a trusted house sitter. So you can have an idea of what you're getting into prior to paying the fee and things of that nature. So it's an interesting opportunity. I'm anxious to see how this pans out in our slow travel. I'm anxious to see how much we're able to offset our more expensive budget items with the potential to house sit, and see if we're able to do more expensive travel type cruising or hotel stays that we could offset the cost of 1 month with another month of house sitting or something of that nature. So we have our budget of $4,000 a month that we talked about, and if I'm able to save, say, half of that in 1 month without having to pay for accommodations for those couple of weeks, maybe I can stay at a really nice place the following month. So that's our plan, and we'll see how it works out. Thanks for watching.